Wahala! Omoge Elaojukan versus the people she's fighting for. On this fateful day, Elaojukan left her house very early, went to the bus terminal and made a video of a lot of them on the queue. Waiting.
You're asking us why do we use BRT? We use BRT because it's our zone lane. But BRT is not enough. See, people are even here fighting. People are here fighting. This is what keeps happening. Lagos State government, please do something about this.
Don't make any video today. If you want to do content creator, go to garage. Go to garage. I'm telling you, if you make any video today, I will seize your phone. I'm not joking. I'm not joking, though. If you make any video today, I'm not joking.
Hello guys, is it legally right to film in public spaces? Think of your answer and hold it for now. What if someone's face show in the video? What if they haven't given me permission? What if someone objected? What if someone says, I am processing their data without their consent? Have I committed a crime? I have a second question for you guys. What if in a situation, a girl waiting for a bus in one of these BRT bus stop in Lagos, she has waited for so long and no bus is coming forth. So she gets fed up, brought out her phone to call out the government. While doing so, she moved through the long queue to explain to the Nigerians that the queue is so long that it took most of the time, an hour, more than an hour, to board a BRT bus. And during this process, many faces of those who are in the queue shows in the video, as she also committed the crime. This is the legal argument that is getting over hot in the Nigerian social media space. And according to the Nigeria Data Protection Act of 2023, which many people are quoting for, this girl is basically on the wrong side of the law. So I've read the sessions which these people use against Ella or the BRT gang, and I will be exposing and talking about what they have omitted and what they says. And please join me and stay tight on this video, because this video might be long, but there is a lot of information to unpack. First, let's start.
You're asking us why do we use BRT? We use BRT because it's our zone lane. But BRT is not enough. See, people are even here fighting. People are here fighting. This is what keeps happening. Lagos State government, please do something about this. Do something about this situation. I'm making this video here in Ikorodu. Please provide buses for us. Lagos State, you can see how long this queue is. This queue is so long. So what time are we going to get to work? What time are we going to get to work? Please do something about this situation. Please do something about this situation. Do something about this situation. I'm not going to stop making these videos. Lagos State government, please do something. We cannot keep doing this. We cannot keep doing this. Lagos State government, I'm calling you out. Do something about this. Please provide buses for us. Provide buses for us, please.
The video you just finished watching is of the girl, Ella, who is also known as the BRT content creator. On this fateful day, she's going to work, and she has waited for more than an hour for a BRT bus to come. But unfortunately, there was no one in sight. She got fed up and brought out her phone to call out the government regarding the poor state or the poor management of the BRT bus schedule. She did this innocently, called out the government for public interest, and went to work. Then, on the next day, she came back again to the same bus stop. Same situation. She brought out her phone to start recording herself, but this time she was stopped. And this was her experience.
Don't make any video today. If you want to do content creator, go to garage. Go to garage. I'm telling you, if you make any video today, I will seize your phone. I'm not joking. I'm not talking though. If you make any video today, I'm not talking.
There's no boss and you don't want me to make video.
Do the video.
I should
go to garage.
Must leave her alone. Must leave her alone.
Go to garage.
I don't understand.
Go to garage.
Force me now. Go to garage. I don't make your video. I make my video.
Go to garage.
Mercy, leave her. Don't worry. Mercy, hold my back. Hold my back. Video me, I video you. Video me, I video you. Why will you hit me? Why will you beat me? Because I'm making video. No boss in this country. See everybody.
Tell your papa, tell your daddy to buy bus here. Tell your father to buy bus here. Tell your father to buy Lagos.
Is my daddy the governor of Lagos? See the queue. And she's telling me not to make video. See the queue, no boss. She's not sure of this.
Don't just go for it.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. See the queue, there's no boss. She had the guts to touch me. There is no boss. My friend texted me, go here by 5:30 a.m. He texted me that I should not even come because they said one bus is coming. And this woman came to meet me. She met me yesterday and she told me that I should not make video. And I said, why? Why should I come there for more than 1 hour and I should not make video? She had the guts. Now she came to beat me. That I should not make video. See the queue. Why should I not make video? Why? In this queue. Why should I not make video? Why? Provide buses for us, then I will not make video. Provide buses for us, then I will not make video. She has the guts. She said she can stop me. In this.
What you just watched is an overzealous BRT operator workers who stopped the girl from recording herself or recording the situation in a public space. She was told, you can't record here. If you want to record, you have to go to the main bus station or so. So today, you are not recording here. If you want to make any content, go to the other bus stop or go to the main bus stop. But for today, you are not going to do it. Then come another issue which make it so interesting. Someone came and said, oh no, I'm objecting to you filming me in public spaces. I don't want my face to be in your video. And this is where the main issue started. That is where the problem lies. And this is where many of these big social media influencers had their opinion regarding this case. What is dangerous about this issue, about this argument, if she has right or not, is that one of these big accounts one of these big accounts that is expressing their opinion or indirectly saying that this girl has breaking the law by filming somebody in public space, and even when somebody objected, she refused to stop filming. The first person I will call out today is Poja. Poja is one of the Nigerian finest sport photojournalists. He posted this when the issue started, and he shared a video from Timi Agbaji saying, we learn every day or something like that. You can see the post here. What is wrong with this post is that because these are big accounts and their opinions sometimes do become the gospel truths to many of their followers. And Timi Agbaje is one of those big content creators whose main line of content is basically about law. So he is authoritative in this kind of situation. And that is what makes this situation even more dangerous. So before we even begin, we have to watch the video. And I want you guys to pay focus and pay attention to everything he will say, because they are very important for our final discussion or to the next step we'll be talking about.
BRT wahala, Omoge Elaojukan versus the people she's fighting for. On this fateful day, Elaojukan left her house very early, went to the bus terminal and made a video of a lot of them on the queue, waiting for hours before bus will come. And she's like, I will keep calling out the government and make a video until we have enough buses, because when the BRT bus turns to gold in this country, we are already suffering life, we are already suffering economy. Why are we going through this again? Now, the following day, Elaojukan went back to the same spot that get ready with me, guys, as I go again to call out the government, because we are already here for hours without bus. And Madam Face Cap came there and said, don't make a video, don't do videos here today. If you want bus, go to garage or tell your father to bring buses here. What concern a father with no BRT bus in the garage? Even the national anthem that has father in it, they have changed it. Respect fathers. What is the problem with fathers? She has not finished doing that. Another man came and said, Elaojukan, I don't want to be in your video. People are already calling me that they saw me. I don't want to be in that video. Elaojukan insists that you have no choice. I will make this video and you will do nothing about it. I'm fighting for all of us. Long story short, issues in question. Number one, as a Nigerian citizen, have I become an unpaid actor in your TikTok video without my permission? Number two, is it a crime for me to complain about what is going on in the country with my phone and video? What does the law say? Section 37 of the 1999 Constitution guarantees the freedom of privacy, the right of privacy of citizens, their homes and correspondence. Section 39 says that everybody in Nigeria has the freedom of expression, the ability to impart or receive ideas and opinions without interference. In fact, you can own a medium to disseminate information. Which of these rights is higher than the other? Right of privacy or freedom of expression? It gets more complicated and interesting. The Nigerian Data Protection Act of 2023 says that every data subject, that is you and I, can object to the use of our data, can withdraw consent on the use of our data. Section 35 and 36. Go and check the law. Elaojukan has done so well by making video of the buses, of the queue, and showing what is going on. But the moment somebody says, I don't want to be in that video, you will cross the line if you insist and put them there, because they are a data subject and they have a right. Nigeria Data Protection Commission, NDPC. You can see that a lot of people don't know the right of data subject in this country. Call me, or else it's about to be me and you.
We've just finished watching Timi Agbaje. Everything was going on fine till that aspect when you get to Section Nigeria Data Protection Act of 2023, Section 35 and Section 36. That when somebody objected to the use of their data, you have to respect it and adhere to their objection. But before we even go further, let's read those sections that Timi Agbaje has just stated in this video, which is the two sections is the withdrawal of consent and the right to object. First, the section 35. I will read from section 35, and I will be reading the exact text as it is stated on the Gazette. Section 35, subsection 1. A data subject shall have the right to withdraw at any time consent to the processing of personal data under this Act. Section 35, subsection 2. The data controller shall ensure that it is as easy for the data subject to withdraw as to give consent. Timi argued that in section 35, basically, this man has the right to withdraw the consent, or to tell Ella, the BRT content creator, not to use a data. First, before we even start talking about the legal aspect of this session, let us define the word withdrawal, which is the first word from that session. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary of Law define it as the art or fact of withdrawing, specifically the removal of something, that was first deposited or committed. So the word withdrawal in every authoritative dictionary is basically saying taking back what you have given before. So in this case, you cannot withdraw what was never given. The question you ask first, did this man first give Ella the consent to video him? So this aspect of this law, the withdrawal consent, does not play any role in this case of Ella. So that leads us to the other section, which is section 36, which is one of the most important sections in this whole saga. So I will be reading, which is the section 36 is the right to object. That is, you have the right to object to people not to film you, which is the law stated. Let's read that law, because that is where the most important part of this argument will fall apart. A right to object, according to the same law, the Nigeria Data Protection Act of 2023, section 36, and I'm reading from the Gazette. Section 36, subsection 1. A data subject, which is me and you, or even this man, shall have the right to object to the processing of personal data relating to the data subject. Like the face is a personal data. But now, that is where I guess Timi Agbaje is holding. Because the man has the right to object. But subsection 2, it is where the problem starts, or where Timi Agbaje omitted in this video he made. And I will be reading as it is. And I will also be reading from the same Gazette, from the same law. A data controller shall discontinue the processing of personal data. The data controller, which is Ella, shall discontinue the processing of personal data, which is the data of the man. This is where the caveat comes in. Unless the data controller demonstrates a public interest or other legitimate grounds which overrides the fundamental right and freedom and the interest of the data subject. I hope you guys understand that part. If you don't, let me read it one more time. Subsection, the same section, section 36, subsection 2. A data controller shall discontinue the processing of personal data. You can discontinue, but unless the data controller, which is in this case Ella, the BRT content creator, demonstrate a public interest or a legitimate ground which overrides the fundamental rights and freedom and the interest of the data subject. The first question I want us to ask, or I will ask you guys, was this video she did for public interest? Yes or no? And I'll be waiting for your comment on the comment section. Was this video for public interest or was it a personal video? I guess your answer would be good as mine. And that is the reason I said the video from Timi Agbaje is so dangerous. Because many of their followers take their words as the gospel truth. But not knowing that some section has been omitted. And another reason why this is also dangerous, because many of these politicians or our government, they know that many Nigerians don't read the Constitution. They will not read the Constitution, not even read any publication. So they might use these influencer words against Nigeria. And there's a part, and just hold on to the end, and I will expose how the Lagos state government is already using the words from this influencer against this guy. So, I haven't heard that section 36 subsection 2. You know that, okay, this guy was doing this video for the public interest. As she demonstrated a legitimate purpose of that video, or demonstrated the public interest of making that video. If yes, that means a purpose overrides the fundamental right and freedom of that data subject. That is even the ice cake of everything. As where it even gets worse, and where I kind of find it so funny, is that before you get to section 36 and 35 and 36, there is another very important section, which is section 3. So I believe Jimmy Agbaje must have read section 3 before he gets to section 35 and 36. So that is why I'm kind of wondering, why did he omit that section before jumping to section 36 and 35? So I will also be reading from that section 3. I'll be reading section 3 from the Gazette. And it is as follows. Section 3, subsection 2. Subject to the right and freedom under the Constitution and the limitation, the obligation under Part 5, other than Section 24, 25, 32, and 40 of this Act, shall not apply to data controller or data processor if the processing of personal data is paragraph D in respect of publication in public interest for journalism, educational, artistic, and literary purpose, to the extent that such obligations and rights are incompatible with such purpose. What this section 3, which is even the first section you will read before you get to section 36 and 35. And part 5 and part 6 of this law is where this section 36 is included. So which means this law is telling you part 5 and part 6 does not apply when the purpose of the video is for public interest, journalism, educational, artistic, literary purpose. If it's not compatible, it's incompatible with such purpose. What is the purpose of this video? What was the purpose of Ella, the BRT content creator? Is to call out the government regarding the poor state of the BRT. And it is for public interest. So the purpose of making that video overrides the interest of the data subject. And this law does not apply to that purpose. It's just like you tell a journalist when they are making a video, I tell them, say, I don't want my face to be on your video. It is not possible. And people will say, oh, but it's making money from that video. Is journalism not making money from their video? Is media house not a profit organization? So, the idea of saying because someone objected to your video in public spaces, you have committed a crime, I think that is fallacy based on what is written on this law. So that is why I'm still wondering how the Agbaje of all people omit this session. As if that was not even enough. Have you quenched all this legal statement from then there comes this another tweet for Puja again that basically stated, and I will read. Please, if you are not licensed, don't just film people or take their photos in public spaces. You hear that? Public spaces. You don't have right to take someone picture in public spaces. I mean private people. You can run anything content or advocacy, but don't record strangers. Because people going through different things and it is wrong. Just apologize if you mistakenly record someone and he or she complain about it and move on. Two things are wrong with this post. First, there is nothing legal, there is no law in Nigeria that required you that you must have a license before you film anyone or film in public spaces. There is no law stated, there's no section or there's no constitutional law or amendment or whatever in Nigeria law that stated that you must have a license before you can film in public spaces. And I'm still wondering, where did this project get this idea from, that you have to have a license before you can video in public spaces? And these are dangerous because these are big accounts. These are people look up to and take their words as the gospel truth. But today they are spreading false information. It's intentionally or unintentionally. I don't know, and I'm not in their mind, and I can obviously say these are done intentionally or unintentionally. But I can say that these are systematic way of misinformation or disseminating half information to the public. Again, there is no law where it is stated that you have to have a permit or be licensed or acquire license before you can film in public spaces. Just like the Nigerian Data Protection Act of 2023 stated that you can film in public spaces if it is for journalism, for public interest, for artistic, for educational, and for literary purpose. That the purpose of your video has override the interest of the data subject. That is it. You don't need license to video in public. Where the caveat is that if, for example, you're videoing yourself while moving in public and peradventure other faces show on it, that is not a crime. But where the problem is that when you start videoing, you start focusing on somebody else's faces without their permission, that is where the problem lies. So in the case of the BRT girl, she has not broken any law. In this case of Ella, how can she call out the government regarding a long queue without showing people in that same long queue. Is that even possible? If we are to take the argument from Jimmy Agbaje and Poja, it basically means that everybody in the queue can say, I don't want my face to be in the queue. I don't want my face to be in queue. So you cannot even record any video. Are you going to be videoing to display how long the queue is? It is not possible for you to achieve the purpose of this public interest of calling out government regarding this BRT issue without filming the long queue. So I'm wondering, how did they come about with this argument? You need a license to film in public. That people can tell you, say, I don't need my face. You basically say, okay, no, sorry, and they have the right. They don't have the right to. They can object if they want, but the purpose of that video might override their interest and their fundamental right and freedom. So I ask again, now let's go back to our first question. Is it wrong, or is it legally right to film in public spaces, even when other people's face shows in my video? Then I posted the video on my YouTube channel. Even after they have objected, or without them giving me the consent to film them. When my aim was for public interest, or for journalism, or for educational purpose, or for artistic purpose, or for literary purpose, am I against the Nigerian law? Either the Constitution or the Nigeria Data Protection Act of 2023. And I will be waiting for your comment on the comment section below. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Nigerians, my voice was heard. Hey, this voice that has finished cracking, it did not crack for nothing. Thank you, Jesus. See that lane I use every morning? When I passed it today, I was surprised. I saw buses lined up. I did not do it alone. We did it together. Before I continue, I booked an Uber. I did not book an Uber because I have backed down. No, yesterday was a whole lot. I received a lot of threats from here and there. It started from when the woman harassed me, the man, everybody. People texted me that they want to gang up and beat me up. A lot of threats. And I'm not joking. My friends, my mom, they told me that today you must not use BRT. It was an order that I could not disobey. And I really want to say a big thank you to Mr. K.
Yo, Ella, what's up? Our champion. Nice one. Thank you so much for standing your ground.
He created a GoFundMe for my Uber. Like, I never expected any of that. I never expected any of those kind messages, love and support from you Nigerians. I am so grateful. And yesterday, I got a call from the Commissioner for Information.
There's no need for riding together, sir.
No, if they are against you and they are trying to harass you, maybe they think they are defending the government. Now, when they see the government beside you, they will know that you have not done anything wrong.
Told me that buses would be provided. Oh my God, I did not speak up for nothing. I stood my ground. Everything started because the suffering was too much. Me personally, I'm a videographer and content creator. When I get to the office, I will still stand. Really hope they keep to the fact that they will provide buses. Because if they don't, I will make more videos. And if it's about blowing out people's faces, there is no problem. I'll blow it out. As far as I'm passing out my message, as far as my voice is going to be heard, I am going to continue. So don't think I've given up. I have not. Once again, our voice was heard. I really want to say a very big thank you to everybody. Nigerians, you guys stood behind me. Thank you so much. Like, I am so, so grateful. Every blog that posted me, everybody that supported me, even the people that criticized me, no problem. Thank you so much. Like, I am really, really grateful. Thank you so much.